Hi, I'm Natalia from Frog Environmental, and I work as a technical specialist. I'm here today to show you our pipe reactor. The pipe reactor is used in silt control to dose flocculant into our treatment system. This is a mobile treatment solution, so it's not a tank base. It's a purchase-only item, which is it becomes an asset on your company, and you can move it around on sites and also within your site phases. It works with a pump connection, about a 4-inch connection, or it could just be gravity fed with lay flat hose or just pipes connecting to the end. The advantage of having a pump system is that obviously you can regulate the flow that comes in with the 4-inch. You usually treat higher flows, is restricted to 1800 liters per minute. The advantages of using a gravity-fed system would be that you reduce the higher cost of a pump, the operational cost of a pump, and also the carbon cost of a pump, which will come from operational and refueling operations of the pump.
My name is Nick Stevens. I'm Senior Technician at Frog Environmental. I'm just going to talk over what we use a lot for what we call a bulk treatment, which is the pipe reactor. It's quite a basic concept. You have 2 stainless steel end plates with Bayer fittings on it, a female and male, a chain running through the middle, and the gel flocculant blocks attached to that chain. There's a lug on the one end, the incoming or the inlet. And essentially, we attach the gel flocculant blocks in series along the length of the chain. When we're doing this, it's worth checking the knot, and if the knot is close to the end, it's worth just taking that knot out and retying it, just to make sure it doesn't leave the pipe reactor in an unexpected manner. So what I'm doing is I'm setting up this pipe reactor here with 2 types of gel flocculants. So the geology within the UK is quite complex, and depending on where you are within the UK, you get different types of geology, and you will need a different combination of gel flocculants depending on certain soil type. Okay, all of these are on the chain. Crudely stack them up in an order. I've also I've put a string through the pipe reactor just to aid this. It's the same process you would use to service or refurbish a pipe reactor where the blocks have been exhausted. When you pull the blocks out, you might want to attach a string to the end of the chain or the last bag as you take the blocks out, and that'll make it easier to put back in. If you just pull the string there, please, Chris. That's it. You don't have to use the string, it just makes things a bit easier. And generally when you're refurbishing a used pipe reactor, this bit is going to get messy. So it's a good idea to be wearing waterproofs. When we're using these, when we deliver these to site, they generally come on a 2-meter pallet. We'll often leave them attached to the pallet. And that just makes this servicing part a lot easier, because you've raised the gusset plate off the ground. We can then reattach the bolts a lot easier. And when we're doing this, what we're trying not to do is over tighten it. So when we're loosely tighten up all of the bolts first so they don't have unevenness in the plate. So I'm just loosely tightening them up so that we can make sure that it's even. And then a final, just go around, just tack them up. What you don't want to do is you don't want to really ream it close. If this rubber rand or the washer starts lifting off the end plate, you're over tightening it. It's where you're actually pushing the rubber out because you've done it too tight. And like I said, this one then connects into a bayer fitting. And that's ready to go. This will connect, like I said, this will connect into a 4-inch pump, and often we will use it as a self-contained unit in conjunction with a silt capture channel. The thing to note when we're talking about silt capture channels is they are rated to around 900 litres a minute. So when you are using a 4-inch pump with a pipe reactor, you will need to paralyse the outlet flow into 2 silt capture channels. Generally, you need to check on this. What we suggest is opening them up once a week just to check the blocks are still there. If there's something in the bag, it's still good. The other thing you should be doing is monitoring your output anyway. The turbidity in your flow leaving site is going up. As per usual, you're looking for an additional source, or you'll be checking the treatments to make sure that they've not been exhausted.